Well, David, thank you so much for the honor of introducing Carole to this audience. I've sat here through this evening deeply impressed, moved by what we've heard from the honorees, very impressed with your dedication, everyone in this vast audience, to the concept of public service. And for those of us who have been in public service and for those of you who support public service, there is no greater mission in developing and creating a fair and civil society in this country. I feel greatly honored to speak of Carole this evening. In my view, no star shines more brightly in the firmament of Canadian public policy than hers. She's been an outstanding leader in the development and delivery of innovative public policy in the broadest array of activities: government policy, both provincial and municipal, corporate governance and corporate citizenship, journalism and communications, academic and public institutions, and counselor to the federal government and to countless organizations and individuals. And wherever she went, and wherever she contributed her time, her energy, her insights, and her dedication, she was recognized by her colleagues, by her peers, as a most valuable contributor. Many in this audience are familiar, of course, with Carole's accomplishments as a member of the BC Legislature and as Minister of Finance from June 2005 to June 2008. And I think most of us are also well aware of her services on the Vancouver City Council from 1986 to 1990. And whenever she stood for public election, public office, she was overwhelmingly supported. And Carole, if, and I know it's a hell of a big if, you ever want to stand for public office again, I would be very happy to volunteer my assistance. In the business world, she's left a very high mark with a director's role on such leading corporations as Rogers Cable, HSBC Holdings, Canadian Pacific, Fairmont Hotels, Canfor, the Children's Hospital, TD Bank, and Bell Canada Enterprises. In public institutions, she has worked as a director with the Vancouver Art Gallery, the Ontario Place, the BC Institute of Technology, the Vancouver Public Library, and also with the Heart Foundation, the United Way, Success, the Mount Pleasant Neighborhood House, and chair of the Vancouver Board of Trade. As a counselor to the federal government, she has served as chair of the Vancouver Port Authority. And do you remember, Carole, that famous trip to Tianjin? Yes, Carole dressed in an evening gown on a ferry just outside Tianjin, which got locked up in seaweed, and she spent the night on the deck in her evening gown. That's public dedication. That's public service. And also the first chair of Canada Ports Corporation, and of course, chair of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. And that is an incredible set of responsibilities and contributions. When she left provincial politics in 2008, Carole accepted an appointment as chair of the Economic Advisory Council to the Minister of Finance in Ottawa. And Carole, Canada's done pretty well, and I like to give you a lot of the credit for that. And because she's had such a very light workload, Carole has now taken on the role of Chancellor of Simon Fraser University, where she is given a commitment to at least June 2014. I believe, however, that her 20-year career as one of Canada's leading journalists is a major factor in Carole becoming the Carole Taylor that we know and honor tonight. Who would believe that a beauty contest, Carole Taylor, Miss Toronto of 1964, while still in her teens, would lead to a career in journalism that would lead to a career in public office and the contributions that she's made. That career in journalism started, I believe, when she was asked to join the Toronto Telegram. Telegram. I'm too young to remember that, too, actually. Sorry about that. And then to Toronto's CFTO TV, where she was asked to host a show, which led to Carole becoming the first co-host of CTV's Canada AM, and then W5, and then the Yom Kippur War, where she was reporting from the war. And then in 1976, she married Art Phillips and came to Vancouver. And frankly, of all of Art's great contributions to this community, bringing Carole here from Toronto was his greatest contribution. And just to finish a couple of points in her career in journalism, she began when she settled here with CTV in a number of news and public affairs productions, including the very famous Pacific Report. What the beauty pageant gave Carole was the money to finish her education and the contacts to land a job, and what journalism gave her was the training to develop her inquiring mind, learning to get to the basics of every issue, to think conceptually, to advance the public policy interest of the organization, the community, the city, the province, the nation, wherever she was committed, and alongside all of that, a natural talent for leadership and for interpersonal relations. Her experience has made Carole a deeply reflective person, but she's also a person of action. So all of this, with the supportive husband, talented children, the affection of her friends, the appreciation of her community, the award of an Officer of the Order of Canada, several university doctorates, I think that Carole Taylor stands with the highest rank of people in this country who have given their time, their energy, their talents, their abilities to public service. And Carole, congratulations on this award. Congratulations on this recognition. And my very best to you. Your service is far from over.